I would put in these daily reports back to the department images of dead babies, of dead toddlers. And it was honestly like traumatic to put together these reports on a daily basis because I would gather all of this information and then I would try to dwindle it down to, as horrible as it sounds, the most important or the ones that would make the most impact for a Washington reader. And it was such a, for lack of a better word, traumatic and difficult to try to choose which baby, which image of which dead baby should I put in this report today. It was horrifying. And there were a lot of images as well of, fragments of US bombs next to civilians. And I would show, look at this US complicity. The US complicity is undeniable. Look at what people in this part of the world are consuming. You cannot send talking points would say, oh, we have concerns about civilian deaths in Gaza. Like when you're completely linking it to US complicity. So I would basically write and send these daily reports with links to every single thing. So again, it was documented. And I would also put in there how our talking points were being received. So for example, whenever Linda Thomas Greenfield had a vote at the UN Security Council, and obviously that was seen in the Arab world and people across the region was so angered by yet again another US veto. And I'm sure you've seen these memes that went
Sure.
with red bloodied
Yeah.
hands. Send that to the
Yeah.
department.
I don't even think that was Arab specific, to be honest.
Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't, but it was definitely, it went viral throughout the region. But I was told, oh, you're so brave to send these reports. I'm like, this is not bravery. This is just facts. This is literally just what the world is consuming, and in particular, the Arab world. And it's sad if we're trying to hide our policymakers from this reality. This is not about personal feelings. I'm not trying to not hurt Linda Thomas Greenfield's feelings, right? She's a representative of the American people. And when she's seen as being complicit in the genocide of an entire population, the department needs to be well aware of how that's being read. Because believe it or not, there was a lot of disillusion in the department. I'll give you an example. When
Yeah.
we had the parachute airdrops, it'd be like, oh, look,
Yes.
people are going to be so happy. Look, people are going to be so happy. We're sending all this humanitarian assistance.
Wait, that was the vibe within the department or
Yes,
within the government,
yes,
that people were
yes,
going to be so happy.
yes.
I mean, that had the opposite effect.
Oh my goodness, Mohammed, I cannot tell you how many conversations that I had be like, I understand why you think this would make people in the region happy, but it is not. Hala, can't you go out on this? We're providing humanitarian assistance. Surely that should be an okay message for you to deliver. No, it's not, because we're also sending the bombs to kill these people. And these parachute airdrops are not actually a real means of staving off mass hunger.
Also, it was happening at a time when Israel was banning most aid trucks from actually going in. So
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think a lot of people were looking at this as this was America's way of saving face, and it was just doing the bare
100%.
minimum.
100%. Yes. And that's exactly the feedback that I was giving back to Washington, saying they see through this PR stunt. Everybody sees through this PR stunt. I will not be your PR machine to go and try to sell this PR stunt because it's just a stunt. If we actually cared about warding off famine, we would put pressure on the Israelis to let the humanitarian aid trucks in by the hundreds. We are not using our diplomatic leverage.